Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the ice arena, where it's time to be ice cool under the pressure of an Olympic Winter Games year. The European Speed Skating Championships are taking place in this magnificent setting, and we have got a wonderful session of sport coming up for you. 4 events over the next few hours: the women's 500 metres and 1500 metres, and for the men we've got the team sprint and the 5000 metres. That is what already has taken place. The first day of competition that was yesterday, and the Poles are in pole position. Brilliant work from the host nation. Damian Jurek winning the 1000 metres for his first major individual title. An absolutely stellar display to delight the home fans. And the Poles in the women's team sprint also won the gold. But what of today? A lot to enjoy, a lot to look forward to. Final preparations in progress for all of the competitors in this incredible space that was opened in 2017. A capacity of 11,000. The only year-round indoor arena for winter sports in Poland. It's based in Tomaszow Mazowiecki in south-central Poland, the 4th largest city in the country. Famous for its Autumn Love Polish Jazz Festival. We're a million miles away from that, weather-wise and atmosphere-wise. This is not about being laid back and relaxed. It's also not a time to improvise. It's a time to do everything that you've been intending. Some of the competitors here will be going to the Olympic Winter Games. For others, it's an opportunity to put behind them perhaps the disappointment of not being selected. This is coming up for you in just a moment. The men's team sprint will kick off our coverage. The women's 500 will be after that. Poland leading the way. Team success for the women, and Damian Jurek's gold medal in the men's 1000 metres. There's also been great positivity for other nations as well. We've had Norway taking a gold medal, and that was Rana Viklund in the 3000, an absolutely stellar performance. And the Italians won the men's team pursuit, and they won it fantastically as well. It's an interesting championships. It's a chance to see some athletes who are quite new to the international stage, some who are far from new to the international stage. Some absolute veterans are here, and some youngsters to cheer them on as well. Wrapped up warm, good job too, sporting the national colours. The city of Tomaszow Mazowiecki was founded in 1788 when iron ore was discovered in this area. Well, now it's time to think about bronze, silver and gold, because we've got the men's sprint coming up. Germany and Finland paired together, Poland and Hungary, and the Netherlands and Norway. So here we go, the men's sprint. Germany and Finland, the first pair.
Team sprint men at the crossing straight. Race number 1.
For the Finns, it will be Tukka Suomalainen to get things started. For the Germans, Maximilian Strüber. We'll then have Moritz Klein and Stefan Emele. Strüber and Klein were 4th at the European Championships of 2024, and this entire Finnish team, they were 5th in 2024. Here we go. It is the men's team sprint. 3 skaters over 3 laps. And they will change over at the end of each lap. It is Tukka Suomalainen for the Finns getting them underway. This entire Finnish team posted a time of 1 minute 22.84 when they were 5th in 2024. And two of the Germans, well, they were part of that team that were 4th at the European Championships. They're just ahead by 0.23 over the Finns at the moment. Now it is Jusso Lehtonen. And the gap is starting to grow, probably as expected here. This is a decent German team with real prospects of getting onto the podium. Moritz Klein giving way now as we go into the final lap, and the gap is over a second, so all very positive so far for the Germans. Still, we've got a couple of pairs to come, but it's pretty conclusive that Germany are going to be the nation to beat, as it will be Stefan Emele to go over the line for the Germans. And that is a pretty handsome advantage of 2.46 over the Finns. So the duo of Struber, Klein and Emele taking an early lead. Straight on with the action we go to the host nation Hungary next, as we look back at this very smooth effort from the Germans. They know this is a huge chance, particularly Messrs Struber and Klein. 4th at the championships 2 years ago, as I mentioned, and the German team were 4th in 2022, and Moritz Klein was part of that. So he is fiercely determined not to miss out on the podium this time. Poland and Hungary, and a chance to see the Hungarian team going up against the reigning European champions. So we have Botond Beshi, Konrad Nagy and Balint Bödl. And then the Poles with Piotr Michalski, Marek Kania and Szymon Wojciechowski. And two of these won the European title. There is a real sense here that we may be watching the nation to beat. The Poles are going to really go after this. Champions of Europe with 1 minute 18.31 seconds, the time that they produced to set a European record, a Polish national record and a track record in Heerenveen. And look at that start from Poland. They are already half a second to the good. Hungarians with a bit of work to do, but Poland with Kania to take them through into the second. And they've increased the advantage here. This is really purposeful from the host nation. No great surprise. No Damian Jurek here after his success in the 1000 yesterday, winning his first individual international title. Poland will have Szymon Wojciechowski to take them through the final lap. 1.51 the advantage. Hungary just about a second off the pace. Goodness me, this is extremely impressive from Poland. 1.82 now. Can they push it to a couple of seconds? Applause from the crowd, delight for the crowd, because that 1.68 is the advantage for Poland. They go into the gold medal position. 1 minute 20.22 the time, so quite a bit shy of their continental record from the previous championships where this was an event. And now we have Poland in the lead, Germany second, and Hungary are into the bronze medal position. Let's look back at this commanding performance from the hosts. And Piotr Michalski, Marek Kania and Szymon Wojciechowski. But we've got a really interesting final pair to come now.
Race number 3.
The Dutch and the Norwegians.
Team Norway.
So for Norway, it's going to be Siver Bradtjer, Henrik Rukke and Bjørn Magnussen.
Team Netherlands.
Silver last time, and in 2022 for the Norwegians. Bjørn Magnussen was in both teams. And the Dutch, bronze medalist last time, gold in 2022, but with a different team. They only have Stefan Westenbroek from the team that finished third last time. Netherlands and Norway, the final partnership. Let's just remind ourselves of how things currently lie. Poland, 1 minute 20.223. Germany, 1 minute 21.905. Hungary, 1 minute 22.928. Gold, silver, bronze at the moment, but this is expected to be a really competitive final pairing, and the start has illustrated just that. So Westenbroek, the only member of the partnership from before for the Dutch, has handed over to Keo Vos. It is Henrik Rukke who won silver in 2022, with Norway now just slipping a little, and the Dutch currently well positioned. So here we go to the final lap. The Dutch have just lost a little bit of that advantage, about a third of a second ahead of the pole. So an anxious wait here for the fans to see who it is that's going to take this, as the Norwegians also try to push for the top three. For the Netherlands, it is Marin Schepperkamp. And now the advantage is not with the Dutch. They're a hundredth of a second behind. This is going to be a very tight finish as Schepperkamp goes for the line and tries to get them onto the podium, and they have not managed to catch Poland. A hundredth of a second separating them. In their own ice arena, the ice-cool Poles are golden. What an effort that was from the Dutch. In the end, it's looking like about 2/100ths of a second behind the Poles. And the Norwegians, by the way, have just crept in, or more than crept in. They've taken bronze by quite a decent margin over Germany. We knew that was going to be a really strong final heat, and my goodness, it delivered. What a performance from Poland. And it just goes to show, doesn't it, in this engrossing sport, that every single moment of exemplary technique counts. Every bit of aerodynamism, every last drop of strength that you've got in you to fight for every 100th of a second. Because that's what the Poles did. And their reward is a third gold medal for their nation at these championships. At the moment when they realised that the job was done and the race was won. The classified results in the men's sprint competition: Norway secure bronze, the Dutch have silver, and for Poland it is the gold medal and the title of champions of Europe in front of their own fans in their ice arena. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that. Wasn't it a super bit of sport to get us started? We're going to have the victory ceremonies interspersed with our coverage of all of the 4 events today. And in around about 15 minutes time, it will be the women who take to the rink for the 500 metres. But congratulations, Poland, they worked for it. The champions of Europe again. Particularly special moment for Szymon Wojciechowski, because he was the one of the 3 who wasn't part of that quest a couple of years ago. Let's take a look back at how it all unfolded. Great to have your company. Hope you enjoyed that first event at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026 and day 2 of 3. We've got the women's 500 metres to come in just about 10 minutes time, so don't go too far away. Great sense of excitement about what is to come. We've got 7 pairs and 1 solo competitor to get us started. The solo athlete will be Luisa Maria Gonzalez. And there's plenty of interest for the home fans. And they actually do boast the fastest personal best of any of the competitors here, Angelika Wojcik, and perhaps more importantly, that personal best was set in December in Salt Lake City, a national record, the first Polish woman to break 37 seconds. So once the resurfacing of the ice has been completed. We will return to bring you more action from the ice arena, or the Arena Ludowa, in Tomaszow, Mazowiecki, Poland. Scenes of celebration about to take place as we bring you the first of 4 victory ceremonies today.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the victory ceremony for 2026 ISU Speed Skating European Championship. Team Sprint Men. Bronze medalists. Team Norway.
The men's team sprint competition at the European Speed Skating Championships of 2026, and the bronze medal won by the Norwegian partnership of Siver Bratje, Henrik Rukke and Björn Magnusson. That's 3 consecutive appearances on the podium in this event for the Norwegians at the European Championships. Great accomplishment. And they were really very comfortable in their place on the podium, a second and a half, more than a second and a half ahead of the Germans. You feel for the Germans, 4th again, 3 consecutive championships.
Team Norway. Silver medalists. Team Netherlands.
Well, this was such a tense competition. The Dutch almost made it gold yet again. They have gone one better than the 2024 edition. Congratulations to Stefan Westerbroek, Merin Schepperkamp and Kajo Vos. Two hundredths of a second, that's all.
Team Netherlands. Gold medalists and 2026 ISU European champions. Team Sprint Men. Team Poland.
Huge congratulations to Poland. They've won it again, and they've won it in front of their home fans. An overjoyed ice arena faithful to see the Polish power get yet another gold medal at an extraordinary championships for them. Piotr Michalski, Marek Kania, Szymon Wojciechowski. That added to the great performance by the women in yesterday's team competitions, and Damian Jurek winning the men's 1,000 metres. And one has a funny old feeling that there's going to be more to come for the host nation. But for now, it's those 3 that take centre stage, and the national anthem will be played in their honour.
The national anthem of Poland.
And there they are, the medalists in the men's team sprint competition at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. Bronze Norway, silver to the Netherlands and gold to Poland. Now this should be fascinating. We've got the women's 500 metres to come in just a few minutes' time. Are we going to see the track record threatened? Erin Jackson produced 37.55 in 2021. I think the Poles may feel they've got a very good chance of doing that, especially with their final two. The last partnership, the last pairing is going to be Angelika Wojcik and Kaja Ziomek-Nogal. It's an absolutely fantastic arena. The women's 500 metres at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. Great to have your company and great to have the company of these athletes. We'll start with Luisa Maria Gonzalez on her own, and then we're going to go through 7 pairings all the way through to that all-Polish final couple of Angelika Wojcik and Kaja Ziomek-Nogal, the two fastest here by personal best, and Wojcik with 36.77 set in December in Salt Lake City, broke the national record and became the first Polish woman to go under 37 seconds. Now, who might the other contenders be? Well, it might be another Pole. There's Martina Baran, who's going to make a very compelling case. She'll go earlier on with Anna Boersma, and Boersma herself is likely to be a contender as well. 37.11 set in November in Salt Lake City. Not the easiest task to begin on your own. Luisa Maria Gonzalez of Spain.
Representing Spain, Luisa Maria Gonzalez.
22-year-old with a personal best set in December of 2022 in Calgary, 38.57 seconds. Good luck to her. Competed at the Winter Youth Olympic Games in 2020. She's on her own, Luisa Maria Gonzalez, but you know what? She has shown that she's perfectly happy being on her own, being such an independent, determined athlete. Born in Cali in Colombia, moved to Spain at the age of 7, started as a roller skater like so many Colombians. They're phenomenal at it. She's been an international medalist as a junior, and she's shown such independence and perseverance throughout her distinguished career across two sports. The Winter Youth Olympian getting plenty of support from the Arena Lodova fans. 38.57 is the personal best. She goes 40.66. So that is the number to beat, the time that they all must seek to go beyond. We now have 7 pairs, and I just remind you, if you are newer to watching this magnificent sport, that they're not as such attempting to beat each other. I mean, you've got to beat someone, obviously. If you're going to win the gold medal, you've got to beat the person next to you, but it's all about getting the fastest time. Hanna Biro of Hungary, 22-year-old, former world #1 in the Junior World Cup standings, national record holder. And Katja Fransen of Germany turns 36 in 2 days. She's been a top 10 performer in the 500 metres at the European Championships and won team sprint bronze yesterday. We have Hanna Biro of Hungary, and in the black, Katja Fransen of Germany, 22 and 35 respectively. The faster of them is Fransen, set a personal best in December. And as expected, they're both ahead of Gonzalez at the moment, but Fransen not a huge distance ahead of the Spaniard by just 300ths. So Hanna Biro in the advantageous position at the moment, the national record holder of Hungary. And she looks as though she's going to be ahead by a fairly comfortable margin. Fransen made up some ground in the end, so Biro goes into the gold medal position, 40.05. And a 40.224 from Katja Fransen. So now it is Biro 1, Fransen 2, Gonzalez 3. Didn't have the quickest of starts, Katja Fransen, but made up some of that ground as this 500-metre distance, which is just a little beyond one lap of the rink, went on. Now another German here. We have Anna Ostländer, 23-year-old Anna Ostländer, 6th at the Winter Youth Olympic Games in 2020, two-time national champion. And Sofia Torup of Denmark, 28-year-old who was born elsewhere but moved to Denmark a few years ago. Two-time World Championship medalist in short track for her previous nation. This is going to be very interesting. Sofia Torup is the faster of the two of them, but not by a great amount. 37.85 to 38.09. And at the moment, they are both a little bit behind Hanna Biro, 40.05, the time of Biro. Torup competed in short track at the Sochi Games of 2014 for her previous nation. She was 4th in the relay. And this is going to be quite comfortable for Sofia Torup. And indeed, she has eased into the lead. 1.42 seconds ahead, 38.63. Ostländer just about a second shy of Torup. She goes into the silver medal position, 39.543. We haven't seen any personal bests thus far. from Belgium, Fran van Houten, and Maybrit Wiegel of Italy.
Inner lane, representing Belgium, Fran van Houten.
Fran van Houten, 22-year-old from West Flanders, the reigning World Games 500 metres track speed skating champion in roller sports. Maybrit Wiegel, a year younger at 21 than van Houten, from the South Tyrol, beautiful part of the world. Well, we'll have to go back again. First time today that we've not had a clean beginning to one of the heats. Yeah, fairly easy to see.
Go to the start. Ready.
So it would be quite a surprise if we don't get a change to the leaderboard based on the times that we've seen of these two of late. Fran van Houten in the white, Maybrit Wiegel of Italy, and yes, indeed, they're both ahead already. Van Houten slightly quicker, and that is to be expected. She has the fastest personal best of the two of them, moving well at the moment, the Belgian. Team sprint silver medalist yesterday, and as I mentioned earlier, World Games gold medalist in track speed skating in roller sports. So it is going to be Van Houten ahead of Maybrit Wiegel, and actually very interesting, finishing behind Sofia Torup. So really quite a way off the personal best. Van Houten 39.19, produced a 38.06 in Calgary in November. Wiegel is in the bronze medal position, 39.468. The start seemed to have set us up actually for a change to the leaderboard. I mean, we did get a change to the leaderboard in the sense that those two have both gone into the top three, but Sofia Torup holding on. Now, Julia Nistad Samsonsen and Isabel Revelt.
Inner lane, representing Norway, Julie Nistad Samsonsen.
Julia Nistad Samsonsen, the 25-year-old from Bergen, the second largest city, famed for its beautiful fjords, its wonderful maritime history. Isabel Revelt of Alkmaar, famed for its beautiful medieval architecture and its wonderful cheese market. This is the first time we're going to have a heat where both of the competitors have a 37-point-something personal best. Julia Nistad Samsonsen and Isabel Revelt of Norway and the Netherlands, respectively. Women's 500 metres. We're working our way through these pairings, and Revelt, the Dutch athlete, has got the marginal advantage at the moment. Yet to win a senior European Championship medal. The time to beat is 38.632. That's Sofia Torup, the Dane. And this is a good effort being thrown down by Isabel Revelt. Really keeping a smooth look to her work as she goes across the line with a .26 advantage. That's very accomplished from young Isabel Revelt, with Samsonsen finishing a little off the pace. So the lead has changed. .38.372 the time from the Dutch skater. Now, the first competitor from Poland. The Poles who've now won 3 gold medals already at these championships. Anna Boersma of the Netherlands, the 24-year-old.
Outer lane, representing Poland, Martyna Baran.
And Martyna Baran of Poland, based in Warsaw. She's been a World Cup medalist this season. She won team sprint gold yesterday. But she's up against Boersma, who's the third fastest here by personal best.
Ready.
Oh. Warning given for a first false start. It was as clear-cut as it comes.
False start, inner lane, not stable. False start, outer lane, you're going down too slow. Go to the start.
And both of them with issues. They'll have bigger issues if they don't go cleanly away this time.
Ready.
And they do go clearly and cleanly into this heat. Anna Boersma and Martyna Baran. Boersma on the inside. It's tight, this one. It's really tight. Just 100 between them. But Boersma is really strong in the finish. 37.11, the fastest of anyone that we've seen so far by personal best, the third fastest overall, and she's looking like it at the moment. What can Martyna Baran do? Here comes Baran. Here comes Baran. This is going to be a fascinating finish. Baran looking as though she's marginally ahead at the moment as they go for the line, and the leaderboard does not change. Revelt stays in first place. It was tight. Well, I say the leaderboard doesn't change. What I should be saying is the lead doesn't change, because we do have Baran and Boersma into second and third, but Isabel Revelt holding on. So still that track record of Erin Jackson, 37.55. has not been breached. This is the penultimate pairing.
Inner lane, representing Netherlands, Angel Dalman.
Angel Dalman, 18-year-old, youngest in this competition,
Serena Perger.
against Serena Perger of Italy, the 21-year-old who was 8th at the championships last year in this portion of the competition. Angel Dalman, the Dutch skater, junior world record holder from November of last year in Calgary. Oh no! Oh no, no, no. That is so unfortunate. Serena Perger keeps going. We'll look back at that in due course. So the 21-year-old Italian, junior world champion herself in 2023. 37.29, her personal best. It's 38.372 of Isabel Revelt that leads at the moment. This is going to be very interesting. And she is going to go into the silver medal position. 38.54. So Revelt is guaranteed at least a bronze medal. Such sympathies one has to feel for Angel Dalman, though. The junior world record holder. And she is, as expected, down in last position. Yeah, you can see the moment where the skate just gets stuck. That's such a shame. She did well not to be destabilised by it, kept going. Well, we're just waiting to confirm those positions. We'll come back to that. That was quite an eventful pairing. Now, Angelika Wojcik, the fastest here, the national record holder, the first Polish woman to break 37 seconds. And Kaja Ziomek-Nogal, a year younger at 28. Both of them from Lubin in the southwest of Poland. The heart of the copper mining industry. Well, now they are in pursuit of gold. Is this where we're going to get the gold medalist? Angelika Wojcik, Kaja Ziomek-Nogal. Wojcik on the inside, Ziomek-Nogal on the outside, and both of them in good positions at the moment. Wojcik ahead. Are we going to see a threat to the track record? But more importantly for the Poles, are we going to see another gold medal? So far, so good this for Poland, for Angelika Wojcik and Kaja Ziomek-Nogal. In front of the crowd in the ice arena in Tomaszow Mazowiecki. What an effort this by the Poles, and what an effort by Angelika Wojcik! She's got it! Kaja Ziomek-Nogal, in fact, takes it. So there we go. Absolutely fantastic. Both of them 1 and 2. Angelika Wojcik second, Kaja Ziomek-Nogal first place. Poland gold and silver. And very close, Ziomek-Nogal, to that track record. 37.791. So it is Izabel Hrevelt who takes the bronze medal, Wojcik the silver, Ziomek-Nogal the gold. A 1 and 2 for the Poles. Well, all of the focus was on Wojcik as the fastest here. Ziomek-Nogal was the second fastest by about a third of a second. But her personal best came quite a few years back. That was in Calgary in December of 2021. So Wojcik was very much the one that I think a lot of people expected to be the leading contender. But it's Kaja Ziomek-Nogal who wins it. Angelika Wojcik who gets silver, and Izabel Hrevelt who takes the bronze medal in the women's 500 metres.
Proszę Państwa, ja myślę, że szczególne brawa jeszcze w tym momencie należą się dla Angeliki Wojcik. To jest rekordzistka naszego kraju. 36 sekund 775 tysięcznych.
Well, it's quite simple. The Poles are dominating Europe. Their championships, they are the stars. At the ice arena in Tomaszow Mazowiecki. Let's remind ourselves of the lay of the land in this women's 500 metres.
I powoli można się już spokojnie przygotowywać do zapowiadanego proszę Państwa, na naszym telewizie po raz kolejny zaproszenie dla Was wszystkich na dzisiejszą imprezę na placu Kościuszki. Władze Tomaszowa, organizatorzy, mistrzostw Europy bardzo serdecznie i gorąco zapraszają. W lodowym ekranie atrakcji będzie, myślę, co niewiele, tak więc sobota, czas przyjemnie spędzić będzie można dzisiaj na placu Kościuszki w Tomaszowie Mazowieckim.
On behalf of the authorities of City of Tomaszow Mazowiecki, I would like to invite all participants of the European Championships to the concert of Neon Beat Band, which will take place in the city central square, Plac Kościuszki, today at 6 p.m. There is also be attractions for children and a regional product zone. So the event starts today at 6 p.m.
Tak więc to zaproszenie dla wszystkich, również naszych zagranicznych, sympatycznych kibiców z zagranicy, którzy tu dziś i wczoraj i jeszcze mam nadzieję jutro będą towarzyszyli nam w tomaszowskiej arenie lodowej. W dniu wczorajszym do tomaszowskiej areny lodowej przyjechał minister sportu i turystyki pan Jakub Korodnicki, wręczał medale, sprawdzał jakość lodu, widziałem osobiście, sprawdzał, czy to rzeczywiście aż tak dobrze chodzi, że nasi tak dobrze jeżdżą. Dziś już nie ma ministra, ale jest wiceminister, pan Ireneusz Raś, a myślę, że pan minister szybciutko udał się do Warszawy, aby tam przygotowywać już konkretne nagrody dla naszych łyżwiarek i łyżwiarzy za to, co przez te 2 dni do tej chwili już osiągnęli, a na pewno to jeszcze nie jest ostatnie słowo w ich wykonaniu.
Next, it will be the men's 5,000 metres, the longest distance of the championships. And we're going to have, before that, the victory ceremony for the women's 500. Two events so far today, 2 Polish gold medals. And they may well get another one, because the men's 5,000 features someone who's really expected to be a contender in Władimir Siemieriuni. Isabel Gevelt of the Netherlands is the bronze medalist in the women's 500 metres at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships.
Presented by the ISU representative, Mr. Albert Hazelhoff, and the Deputy Minister of Sport and Tourism, Mr. Ireneusz Grać.
23-year-old with a first senior European Championship medal. Brilliant moment for her. Huge congratulations to a great young athlete. But what a competition for the Poles. What a championships for the Poles. Well, they're putting pole in pole position. Angelika Wojcik, silver medalist, came here as the national record holder and the first Polish woman to break the 37-second barrier. Well, now she has got an individual medal at the European Championships after collecting full colours in the team sprint competition over various editions. Angelika Wojcik, silver medalist.
The gold medalist and 2026 ISU European champion, 500-meter women, representing Poland, Kaja Ziomek-Nogal.
She looked stunned at the moment of victory. Many thought it would go the other way. It looked for a while as though that was going to be the case, but Kaja Ziomek-Nogal has now won 2 gold medals in 2 days. Team sprint yesterday and now the individual 500 metres title. All of that in the ice arena in Tomaszow Mazowiecki in front of her people.
Kaja Ziomek-Nogal.
There is your champion of Europe.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please rise for the national anthem of
The national anthem of the host nation, Poland.
Congratulations to the 2026 ISU Speed Skating European Champion and the medalists 500-meter women.
And there they are, the medalists in the women's 500 metres competition at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026 in Tomaszow Mazowiecki, Poland.
Życzymy tylko zdrowia i wytrwałości, proszę Państwa, bo ten
We are due to get the action underway again very soon. At 3 minutes past the hour, the men's 5,000 metres will take place, so it won't be long before we start to have a look at the runners and riders. Do stay with us for more action from Tomaszow Mazowiecki. From sprint distance to the longest distance of them all, from 500 to 5,000 and to the men's competition. Here are your contenders for the European Championship title. We have 8 pairings to enjoy. And there's going to be a lot of focus on the 5th pairing, Wladimir Semeruni of Poland. Personal best of 6 minutes, 9.18 seconds. We also have Kars Jansman of the Netherlands in the 4th pairing, 6 minutes, 8.15. But we've got some very fast gentlemen who are within 6 minutes, 5 seconds. Not 3 of those. 2 of those, I should say, one just outside of it. One thing that unites all sporting events and all fans across the world is everyone wants free merchandise from the mascot. But nothing's coming for free out on the track because this is an endurance race. 5,000 metres, they're going to work very hard for this. Jasper Krommenhoek, 22-year-old.
Representing Germany.
He's been a reserve for major competitions before. 2 years older than him, at 24, is Tom Rudolph of Berlin, looking for his first major honours. Good luck to them all. Here we go. Great to have you with us for all of the action in this men's 5,000 metres competition at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. We're in the ice arena, the Arena Lodowa, to use its Polish term. The setting is Poland, and Tomaszow Mazowiecki, the fourth largest city in this wonderful country. Population of just over 60,000. Famous for its music festivals. Indeed, the arena presenter was inviting all of the athletes at the close of the competition tonight to come to a music festival that begins in the city square. Don't know if any of the 5,000 metres competitors will have the energy to do it. Jasper Krommenhoek over half a second ahead of Tom Rudolph at the moment. He's a very well-regarded young man, Jasper Krommenhoek, considered to be extremely positive, extremely committed. And he's been a very diligent young athlete for many years. And one of the interesting things about these championships is that we're getting to see some people on the international stage that we don't see a huge amount, and indeed in continental competition particularly. And that is due to the proximity of the Olympiad in Milano Cortina. Amazing to think that we are not even a month away now from the opening ceremony. 6th of February will roll around very quickly. And there are some national teams like the Dutch who've chosen to give other athletes the chance. Some nations have really decided it's going to be full steam ahead and to send their top athletes to these championships. Everyone's got their own preparation pathway. And over 2.5 seconds. Strongest so far is Jasper Krommenhoek of Steenwijkerwold, which is a place with a very strong ice skating tradition, along with virtually everywhere else in the Netherlands, of course. It was in Heerenveen that he set his personal best of 6 minutes 12.58 seconds. That was in October of last year. And he really is now well ahead of Tom Rudolph. Tom Rudolph is a university undergraduate based in Berlin, which has a huge number of ice skating clubs, and indeed clubs of virtually any kind. It's one of the great strengths of Germany, isn't it, as a sporting nation? Just so many small sports clubs. The network of sports clubs in Germany is one of the most extraordinary in the world. Doesn't matter what the sport is, they've got great infrastructure. So we've got 5 laps remaining. Seems fairly clear-cut at the moment that Jasper Krommenhoek is going to go well and truly into the lead as the gentleman to beat, and we are going to have 7 pairs who'll be attempting to do it. Over a dozen laps of this rather impressive track in the ice arena. Tom Rudolph is a very committed endurance athlete. He's a very fine cyclist and a kayaker as well. Plenty of nice places to go kayaking if you're in Germany, of course. But at the moment, on the crest of a wave, it is Jasper Krommenhoek. Not any surprise this when one scrutinises the personal best data. 6 minutes 12.58 to 6 minutes 34.34. So now in excess of 10 seconds, the gap between these two gentlemen. The next partnership will be two younger athletes. We have got some who are 30 plus to come, like Kars Jansman. Then we've got Davide Giotto, Michele Malfatti, and of course we have the great man himself, Bart Swings, still to come. Getting close to the end of this one. Good effort from Jasper Krommenhoek. Opened up a very sizable advantage over Tom Rudolph. And one imagines he's going to be pretty pleased with this display. So that's his personal best, 6 minutes 12.58. He's close to 15 seconds ahead of the German, and let's see how close he can get to that personal best. Be about 15 seconds or so away from it. And 6 minutes 28.56 for Jasper Krommenhoek. So there is the gentleman who has set the pace for the rest of them. And Tom Rudolph, 6 minutes 44.75, so about 10 seconds away from his personal best. That is our opening pair done and dusted. We have the next two gentlemen. Luca Matteo Stibens, 19-year-old, 7th at the World Junior Championships last year, youngest in the entire race. Vissa Slenderbroek, 2 years older at 21. If you happen to be just joining the action now, firstly, welcome. It's great to have you with us. This is the men's 5,000 metres, so you've got a little time to settle into this competition. Day 2 of the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. Happy New Year to you. Hope you had a lovely holiday. We have here Luca Matteo Stibens of Germany and Vissa Slenderbroek of the Netherlands. Stibens in the darker attire is the youngest in the entire race at 19, and he was 7th in Italy last year at the World Junior Championships. He's a very well-regarded member of German junior squad with some good young competitors in it. I think the expectation would be that Slenderbroek would take control, because he has got a personal best of 6 minutes 14.86 seconds, and that is over 15 seconds quicker than Stibens. But if he can keep this going, Stibens, he's going to do very well. just a matter of pacing himself. All of this taking place in Tomaszow Mazowiecki. And this is the only year-round indoor arena for winter sports in the whole country, so it's really turned Tomaszow Mazowiecki into an absolute national and indeed now global centre for the sport of speed skating. It's a very interesting city, Tomaszow Mazowiecki. It takes great pride in being an accessible city for people with disabilities. It boasts free public transport as well. A city with a sense of civic responsibility. And at the moment, the responsibility looks like it might be with Luka Mateo Štibens to go into the lead, because he's raced the first portion of this very well. Advantage is not quite as compelling as it was. He did go out at quite an impressive pace. Just wonder what we're going to see now from Vissa Slenderbroek. Slenderbroek, the 21-year-old from Alkmaar in the North Holland region of the country, coached by Jillet Anema. Had a big result last season when he won a race in the top flight, won the Open Dutch Championship as part of the Dutch top division, his club. He's been a mass start medalist in national championships as well. So we're at the 3,000 metre mark, and no great surprise to see that Štibens has come off the pace and is no longer in a leading position. And there goes Slenderbroek. Said a couple of times that he did really attack the opening portion, the young German. Matter of keeping it going. Into the closing stage now. Krommenhoek, as things stand, will stay in the lead, but we've got plenty of time for it to change. The track record, by the way, set by Sander Eitram in 2023, 6 minutes 15.06. Last few laps coming. They're both poised to go ahead of Tom Rudolph, but Jasper Krommenhoek is going to, assuming that we don't get any dramatic changes now, keep his first place, but we may get a dramatic change. Let's see. Last couple of laps to come. Yes, here we go. They are close to changing things, and Slenderbroek is now 900ths away from the leading time of Jasper Krommenhoek of 6 minutes 28.567. So now to the 21-year-old representing the Dutch national team. What an honour that must be. To the bell, and what's the time going to be? There we go, 1 minute 1.31 seconds, I should say, into a leading position for Mr. Slenderbroek, and Štibens is also looking pretty decent. So we're going to get a change to the leaderboard, and maybe a fairly pronounced one. Mr. Slenderbroek, 6 minutes 14.86, his personal best. He's going to be a fair way outside of that, but he is going to go into the lead by 2.5 seconds, and Štibens goes into second place. So 6 minutes 26.08, the new leading time. Wiese Slenderbroek. And congratulations, by the way, to Luca Matteo Stibens, because he set a personal best. So well done to the 19-year-old. That's excellent. That's a very good personal best, by the way, for Stibens. He's improved by over 4 seconds. This is the third partnership. Third of 8.
Representing Slovakia,
Lukas Stekli of Slovakia. He was actually born in Brno, the second largest city in Czechia. Giovanni Trebuta of France. He's 4 years older at 26.
Call to the start. Ready.
This is the no it's not, this is the third pairing, excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself, in the men's 5,000 metres at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. We have Lukas Stekli and Giovanni Trebuta of Slovakia and France, respectively. 12.5 laps of this beautiful track in the ice arena. And as things currently stand, we have a gentleman from the Netherlands, Wiese Slenderbroek, who is in the lead. Luca Matteo Stibens of Germany, the teenager, is in second place with a personal best. Brilliant accomplishment. Jasper Krommenhoek of the Netherlands is in third position. So if you get something around the 6:25 mark, you're going to be going into the gold medal position. It is Lukas Stekli, who's marginally stronger at the moment. Switch to competing for Slovakia in 2024, having represented Czechia before that. Gentleman from France on the inside in the darker attire. And now we have a change around as Giovanni Trebuta moves into the lead. He competed at the European Championships last year, and what's interesting about Trebuta is that he set all of his personal bests, 1500, 3000, 5000 and 10,000, in the last few months. And the gentleman that we're looking at there has also represented his country in roller speed skating. He's trained with the Gangon Roller Skating Club. Now, I mentioned all of those impressive personal bests. Well, the one that really we're interested in is the 6 minutes 11.95 seconds that he produced in November in Calgary. What a sporting city Calgary is. 7 laps remaining, and really very compellingly ahead now is Giovanni Trebuta. He has about 9 seconds of personal best advantage over Lukas Stekli. Stekli competed at the Winter Youth Olympic Games in Lausanne in 2024 Czechia. Stekli now down into provisional 6th position. Stekli is coached by his mother Libusha. Libusha is a very interesting name in Czechia because it is said that Libusha the Prophet was the founder of the city of Prague. In antiquity, stood over the site of the city on a hill and said, "I see a great city whose glory will touch the stars." And that's how the legend has it that Prague was born. So it is something of a spiritual and very significant name, Libusha, in Czechia. But now Mr. Stekli is representing the federal neighbours of Slovakia, for they contest the federal derby. So Giovanni Trebuta with 3 laps to go, 2.31 seconds away from the lead. He's currently in 4th position. Lukas Stekli is close to 13 seconds away from that leading time of Visis Slenderbrook of 6 minutes 26.08 seconds. Still 5 pairs to come after this, so we're a long way away from having clarity. Trebuta has certainly demonstrated over the last few months that he's been in very fine form and that he's been producing some of the best work of his life. Very interesting spell of his career at 26. Could be somebody who will come into really his peak form. Still 2 1/3 seconds away from the lead and not challenging for a podium place at the moment, Giovanni Trebuta. Let's see what he can do going into this last attack of the track. Stekli way back, close to 20 seconds behind. He's given it all that he has, and Giovanni Trebuta now approaches the line, approaches the finish. And how close does he get to the top 3? He does approach the podium. He's 1.81 seconds behind the lead, currently in the bronze medal position, but we have got a way to go. 6 minutes 27.89. And crossing the line with a time of 6 minutes 46.85 is Lukas Stekli. Stekli is a fair old distance away from that personal best he set in Salt Lake City in November. About 25 seconds. So the top 2 remain intact. Slenderbrook and Stibens. There is the current state of play. Now this pair will take us to the halfway stage.
Representing the Netherlands,
Kars Jansman of the Netherlands.
representing Czechia,
Tadeusz Prohaska of Czechia.
Go to the start. Ready.
This is the 4th pairing of 8. You're watching the men's 5,000 metres. Piotr Tokarski of Poland, the starter. The referee is Frank Zwitzer of the Netherlands. This is the men's 5,000 metres, 12.5 laps of the track. Kars Jansman of the Netherlands, who we're looking at there, and over his shoulder, Tadeusz Procházka, Netherlands and Czechia respectively. Jansman, the oldest so far that we've seen, at 30. He's from Hellendoorn in the east of the Netherlands, where the skating culture is rivaled by the cycling culture. Had a background in marathon competition early on in his career. Joined his current team in 2019 to develop his skills in long track. Tadeusz Procházka, 24-year-old, has competed in World Cup competition. He has a personal best of 6 minutes 39.78 seconds. That was set in Germany, in Insel, in October. And that experienced gentleman, Kars Jansman, set his personal best of a mighty impressive 6 minutes 8.15 seconds in November in Calgary. So certainly according to the form book, we would expect Kars Jansman to be in the lead, and the way he started this is pretty compelling. If he doesn't manage to do it, and Procházka doesn't, then there'll be a Dutch athlete in the lead anyway, Vissa Slenderbroek. The next pairing is going to be very interesting as well, because we have Vladimir Simiruni of Poland, and there's a real sense of hope that he might challenge for the title. What time will he be looking to beat? Might it come from this pairing? At the moment, Kars Jansman is looking rather decent. Seven laps remaining. Still to come today, just to remind you, we've got the women's 1,500 metres. That's going to be really exciting. Procházka over 10 seconds shy now of that leading time of 6 minutes 26.08 set by Vissa Slenderbroek. Now, where's he going to be? A second and a half in the lead, Kars Jansman. In terms of the fastest gentleman that we have here, we have got a few quicker. We've got Davide Giotto, 6 minutes 4.23 seconds. Now that was in January of 2024, mind you. We've got Riccardo Lorello, 6 minutes 7.86 seconds. As Jansman is extending his advantage. And we've got the young Austrian, the extraordinary young Austrian, Alexander Farthofer, who will go in the very last pairing, who's the fastest here, 6 minutes 4.21 seconds. But here's Kars Jansman really starting to make a move for the lead. Over 3 seconds ahead of Vissa Slenderbroek at this stage. Tadeusz Procházka is over 15 seconds away from that leading time. This is looking impressive, isn't it, from Jansman? Just keeps extending the advantage. 3.5 seconds or thereabouts. Oldest competitor we've seen so far. Experience is winning the day at the moment. Poor old Well, Tomaszow Prohaszko is just starting to disappear out of sight. Last couple of laps for Jansman. Look at that, he's gone beyond 4 seconds ahead of Slenderbrook. I think we're going to see quite pronounced change to the leaderboard. He's now very much over the shoulder of Prohaszka. To the bell for Cars Jansman. Can he get close to the 5-second mark? He's really raced this impressively, the 30-year-old. We're going to have a change to the lead. The nationality remains the same. The Netherlands Visser Slenderbrook is going to be replaced in top spot by Cars Jansman, but how quick is he going to be? 4.68 seconds. The quickest so far, 6 minutes 21.4. Congratulations to Cars Jansman. That's a really good display for the 30-year-old from Hellendoorn in the east of the Netherlands. And we're now waiting on Tomaszow Prohaszka, who is well supported by the crowd in the ice arena. And he gets over the line in 6 minutes 53.36. So he's around about 15 seconds outside of his personal best. We always expected this to be a very one-sided pairing because of the experience of Jansman and the sort of times that he's produced internationally. So now it is Jansman and Slenderbrook 1 and 2, with the youngster Luca Matteo Stibent still in 3rd place. We are now halfway through the men's 5,000. It's going to get a little noisy. It might get a little different at the top of the table too.
Inner lane, representing Poland, Wladimir Semiruni.
Wladimir Semiruni of Poland.
Outer lane, representing Norway, Sigurd
Sigurd
Holbo Dyrset.
Holber Dyrset of Norway.
Go to the start. Ready.
Now, let's be frank, it's not exactly been a boring day for the Polish fans. They've won 2 out of 2 gold medals so far, 4 in total at these championships. They've looked incredible, and they've got a real threat for the podium here in 23-year-old Wladimir Semiruni, who is in the lighter attire. Certainly got off to an intense start, about 3/4 of a second ahead of everyone else. Semiruni, born elsewhere, but granted Polish citizenship in August.
The lap time for Semiruni, 28.8. Dyrset, 30.6.
2 seconds or thereabouts already for Semiruni. It's quite some start. They're starting to sense that something rather special could be about to happen. The crowd in the arena Lodova. Already twice Wladimir Semiruni has been on a World Championship podium. 10,000 metres silver and 5,000 metres bronze last year.
Semiruni, 29.2.
3.78 now. He's well and truly in the lead. I mean, he's frankly bearing no relation to all that we've seen so far. It's an excellent start, this, from Semeruni. With 8 laps to go, he's close to 5 seconds quicker than anyone else. Are we going to see the track record come under threat here? Sander Eitrem, 6 minutes 15.06 in 2023. This really is good, isn't it, from Vladimir Semeruni? He's looking to make life extremely difficult for everyone else. We've had no chance really to talk about Sigurd Holber Diershed, the 21-year-old Norwegian, because he's at the moment having to take a back seat to Vladimir Semeruni. .21 seconds quicker than anyone else at this stage. My word, they're starting to get very excited in the stands. Is it going to be a gold medal winning display from Vladimir Semeruni? There are some great athletes to come, by the way, so nothing will be conclusive. But he could put himself in a brilliant position. 5 laps to go. This is majestic from Semeruni. Has he judged this completely spot on? Diershed in 8th position at the moment. Diershed ended last year finishing 3rd in a mass start competition in Heerenveen in the B division, as Semeruni is in a class of his own at the moment. The Dutch will be watching this knowing that there's going to be a big old change to the top of the table. Three laps to go. He's close to 10 seconds quicker than anyone else. Is he going to make it to that gap? What a display from Vladimir Semeruni. 5,000 metre bronze medalist at the World Junior Championships of 2022 for his previous nation. Now for Poland, twice a senior World Championship medalist. Over 9 seconds the advantage with 2 laps to go. They roar for Vladimir Semeruni of Poland. He's very close to Diershed. To the bell for Vladimir Semeruni of Poland. He looks as though he's going to actually go beyond 10 seconds of advantage over Kars Jansman. What an effort this is from Vladimir Semeruni. What joy for the host nation it could well be. Are they going to get another gold? It's going to be a long wait. But this is a brilliant case made by Vladimir Semeruni of Poland. To the line he goes, into the lead he goes, 10.26. He does go beyond the 10-second gap. He passes Kars Jansman. He might have passed them all. Now he waits, his work is done. The race might be won. It's a track record as well. Fantastic. And it's a mighty track record of close to 4 seconds quicker than Sander Eitrem in 2023. Sensational. One feels for that gentleman. Sigurd Holber Dyrset of Norway, destined to not be in the forefront of everyone's minds because of how good Vladimir Semeruni was.
Proszę Państwa, któryś jeszcze z zawodników będzie w stanie pobiec w podobny sposób dziś w tomaszowskiej arenie? Trudno powiedzieć, mamy świetnych zawodników jeszcze na liście startowej.
So, Jansman now in second place. This is Slenderbrook in third.
Pair number 6. Inner lane, representing Italy.
We move to the sixth pairing. This is the antepenultimate pairing.
Outer lane, representing Italy.
Davide Giotto
Riccardo Morello.
and Riccardo Lorello, both of Italy.
Go to start. Ready.
Things are really starting to heat up now in the ice arena at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. An all-Italian pairing. Davide Giotto and Riccardo Lorello. Giotto, the gentleman with the beard, he is 32. Bronze medalist at the Olympic Winter Games in Beijing in the 10,000 metres. He's 4 times a champion of the world, including the reigning champion of the world at double the distance. And he's been the silver medalist in 5,000 at the last 2 World Championships. So, even though we've seen a fantastic performance from Vladimir Semeruni, there are serious contenders to come. But a track record of 6 minutes 11.134 seconds from the pole. It's a great effort. Both of them so far outside of the lead, but they're not a million miles away from it. Giotto, part of the team that won gold in the pursuit yesterday, his first European Championship title. Riccardo Lorello is 9 years younger at 23, and he is from the majestic city of Milan. And Milano Cortina is getting ready to host the spectacle of spectacles. The Olympic Winter Games is coming up. And as ever, speed skating will be one of the can't miss attractions, daren't miss attractions. And if you are going to be on your way to Italy for the Olympic Winter Games, I hope you have a wonderful time there. I cannot wait for the games. I think one of the fascinating things when you watch a sport like speed skating is if you get the opportunity to actually be down there at track level. I remember experiencing that in Pyeongchang at the Olympic Winter Games of 2018, and what is so striking is just how much television gives the luxury of things seeming a lot slower than they are. When you're actually there at ground level, you get a real sense of the extraordinary pace at which these athletes make their way around that track. It's quite something. Giotto and Lorello, the second and third fastest by personal best of all of the athletes here. It's going to be marginally Lorello, but they're really close. Both of them about 2 1/4 to 2 1/3 seconds away from the fastest. And that time of Vladimir Semiruni, a track record. Congratulations to him. I think as things are currently looking, there's going to be a change to the leaderboard, if not to the lead. Because if they're within 3 seconds of Semiruni, then they're going to go comfortably ahead of Kars Jansman, who is just over 10 seconds behind Semiruni. Not very much to separate these two. Lorello now just starting to pull away. University student Riccardo Lorello used to train with his father. Like a lot of Italian athletes, he doubles as a sports soldier. He's one of those who started in roller sports but made the switch as a teenager. Now Lorello is in second place, and there's been a real change now as Lorello, I should say, has started to really pull away from Giotto. It doesn't look as though Semiruni's lead is going to disappear and be handed over to the Italians as we get to the last of the laps. And now it's a 3-second gap. Lorello and 5 seconds for Giotto. That is going to be good enough for second and third quite comfortably, but they need to just keep the pace up as best as possible in this final lap, because there are still 2 pairs to come and some fast athletes. But Poland will remain in the lead. Vladimir Semiruni is going to hold on. But that's a very good effort from Riccardo Lorello. 6 minutes 14.5. That would have been a track record had Semiruni not produced what he did earlier. So the Italians into second and third respectively. Time of 6 minutes 14.497 for Riccardo Lorello, and Davide Giotto 6 minutes 17.009. The leader with a track record, Vladimir Semiruni. The penultimate pairing, Michele Malfatti of Italy.
Representing Belgium,
Bart Swings of Belgium. This is pairing number 7 of 8 in the men's 5,000 metres at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. Michele Malfatti on the inside, the Italian, 31 from Trento in the north of Italy. Competed at the Olympic Winter Games in Beijing in 2022. He was 15th in this event. He was 9th in the 10,000 metres. He has been a world champion in the team pursuit. That was in 2024, won silver last year. And there is Bart Swings, the 34-year-old in Flemish Brabant, the reigning Olympic champion in mass start competition after taking silver in Pyeongchang in 2018 in the Republic of Korea. The first Belgian athlete to win 2 medals at the Olympic Winter Games. And he's twice been the mass start world champion as well, Bart Swings. He actually doesn't have yet, Bart Swings, a European Championship medal as a standalone event in the 5,000 metres. He's had all-around success, and he's won the European title in mass start 3 times. But this would be a significant moment for him if he can get onto the podium. Now let's just do some housekeeping, as these gentlemen are about 3.5 seconds off the leading time. We remind you that leading time is 6 minutes 11.134 from Vladimir Semeruni of Poland. Second is Riccardo Lorello of Italy in what would have been a track record had Semeruni not gone one pair before him, 6 minutes 14.497, and Davide Giotto of Italy, 6 minutes 17.009. They are just starting to fade a little. Semeruni was just so strong as he went through this race. He judged it to perfection. Anything around 6.25 minutes and you're going to be up there around 3rd place. If you can get to 6:10 or thereabouts, and we have athletes here who've done that. 6:10, and it would be a leading position in a track record, but that's far easier said than done. The gap grows, 6 laps to go. Malfatti 6 seconds, Bart Swings close to 6.5 behind Vladimir Semeruni. And if Semeruni is still in the lead after this pair, then he's guaranteed a place on the podium. But it's going to be fascinating to see what we get in the next pair, because we've got young Alexander Fartoffer, the 20-year-old from Austria, who set the national record in November and who is the fastest here by personal best. These 2 experienced gentlemen, with 4 laps to go, are pretty inseparable, but they're also pretty far from the top 3. It is Michele Malfatti who is on the outside with Bart Swings, the 8 times World Games champion, moving ahead. Yes, a remarkable 8 World Games gold medals in roller speed skating, 21 World Championship titles. But these 2 are just consistently dropping back away from Vladimir Semeruni. There is a gap of just about 6 seconds between 1st and 3rd. And we're looking at 5th and 6th at the moment in Swings and Malfatti. It is all going to come down to the final pairing to see if we get a change to the leaderboard. It doesn't look as though these two are going to come close to the top three. They're very close together. Bart Swings by 500ths is ahead of Michele Malfatti. Vladimir Semeruni will remain quite handsomely in the gold medal position with just two athletes to come. And when these two cross the line, he will know that he's on the podium. Bart Swings is there, ahead of Malfatti by over a second and a half, but it's 5th and 6th place for the pair of them. 6 minutes 22.43, the time for Swings. Semeruni, Lorello Giotto remaining in gold, silver, bronze. Here we go then. It is time for the last pair. And this is the interesting gentleman who could make a case for the podium. Alexander Fartoffer of Austria and Sigurd Henriksson of Norway. Pair 8 of 8 at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026 in the men's 5,000 metres. We have Alexander Fartoffer of Austria. He's going to be about a third of a second behind Vladimir Semeruni. Sigurd Henriksson behind him. Fartoffer is the fastest here by personal best, 6 minutes 4.21 seconds, set in November in Salt Lake City. But the track record has been broken here by Vladimir Semeruni of 6 minutes 11.134. We haven't had many personal bests today. The only one in this particular competition coming from Luca Matteo Stibens of Germany, who's down in 8th place, but who removed 4 seconds from his best ever time. Fartoffer will know that he really has got to go after this, because Semeruni was so aggressive, particularly early on. And at the moment, he's about a second and a half behind the pole, with Sigurd Henriksson close to 3 seconds shy of the leading time. Fartoffer is from Vogel in Tyrol near the Alps. Yet to win a European Championship medal, but he's just had a fantastic season. Set the national record in November, winning the B division in the World Cup. At the moment, he's outside of the top three. It's Poland, Italy, Italy at the moment. Semeruni, Lorello Giotto. Sigurd Henriksson, who is a fair way now behind Fartoffer, is from Bergen, the second largest city in Norway in the southwest of the country. He's also been having something of a breakthrough spell. University student who does a lot of mountain biking. Started skating at the age of 6 in his hometown. Skates for Fana a pretty sizable club. It's got a bit of a family connection to it as well, because his older brother Sindre was a competitive skater. 7 laps to go. Fartoffer 3 1/3 seconds away from the lead, and he's not quite in touching distance of the podium at the moment. But he may find that as this goes on, he's going to be all right, because Davide Giotto ended up 5.87 behind the lead, and Giotto is in bronze position at the moment. He could do this, Fartoffer. The lead is looking pretty hard to accomplish, but he might find a way onto the podium. And if he does it, that will be his first European Championship medal. The interesting thing is that the gap certainly is growing between him and the lead. If he comes inside of 6 minutes 17, then that's going to be a place on the podium. Close to 3,500. 4 laps to go, and now 5.76 seconds behind the lead. 5.87 seconds behind the lead is bronze. Vladimir Semiruni is poised to make it a clean sweep today for the Poles, with just one event to come. Incredible. 3 laps to go, and now Alexander Fartoffer is looking quite some way away from getting onto the podium. What a display from Vladimir Semiruni, and from the 2 Italians as well, because they're poised to take silver and bronze. Riccardo Lorello and Davide Giotto. Vladimir Semiruni now is just in a wonderful place. He'll be so relaxed, because the gap now is close to 9 seconds. All 3 of the gentlemen that I talked about, Semiruni, Lorello and Giotto, will be very confident. Hasn't it been an intriguing competition? And how strong Vladimir Semiruni was. Hits the bell, and Alexander Fartoffer now is in about 6th position. We'll see where he ends up. The podium's not going to change, that is crystal clear. Sigurd Henriksson is about 20 seconds away from the lead. Davide Giotto, 3rd place. Riccardo Lorello, 2nd place. Vladimir Semiruni in 1st place. Crossing the line, Alexander Fartoffer is in 6th position, and that means that the gold medal has been won by Poland. As Fartoffer shakes his head, Vladimir Semiruni will be grinning from ear to ear. Sigurd Henriksson crosses the line in 12th position, and Poland have another gold medal at their home championships. Vladimir Semiruni is the champion of Europe. Riccardo Lorello and Davide Giotto of Italy take silver and bronze. But there is the headline grabber and the track record holder at the Ice Arena in Tomaszow Mazowiecki. Let's have a look back.
poprzedniego rekordu tomaszowskiego toru i na miejscu trzecim Davide Giotto, kolejny reprezentant Włoch. Tak więc brawa, gratulacje dla 16 zawodników, którzy dziś na na dystansie 5000 metrów zaprezentowali się przed Państwem.
The classified results in the men's 5,000 metres competition. Davide Giotto of Italy takes the bronze medal. His teammate Riccardo Lorello wins silver with what would have been a track record on another day. But this was the day of Vladimir Semiruni, 6 minutes 11.13 to set a track record and to become the champion of Europe. Let's have a look back at how everything unfolded in an intriguing men's 5,000 metres competition.
Proszę Państwa, w oczekiwaniu na kolejną ceremonię dekoracji, tym razem 5000 metrów mężczyzn. Przed nami jeszcze, myślę, że sporo emocji. Dzisiejszy drugi dzień Mistrzostw Europy zakończymy konkurencją 1500 metrów pań. Zobaczymy w tym biegu 3 reprezentantki Polski: Natalię Janczyk, Zofię Szbrał i Natalię Czerwoną. Proszę Państwa, z wielką przyjemnością zapraszam do dekoracji biegu na dystansie 5000 metrów mężczyzn w ramach Mistrzostw Europy na dystansie.
We have just one more event to come, and we have the penultimate victory ceremony.
ISU Speed Skating European Championships, 5,000 meter men. Bronze medalist, representing Italy, Davide Giotto.
The victory ceremony for the men's 5,000 metres at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. And it's bronze for Italy and Davide Giotto, one of the most decorated out there. Bronze at the Olympic Winter Games in the 10,000 metres in Beijing. 4 times a champion of the world. Won gold with the team in the pursuit yesterday, and now he has yet another medal at the European Championships. His young teammate Riccardo Lorello got the better of him on this occasion, and really lovely to see Giotto warmly applauding the next generation as he comes through onto the podium. The 23-year-old from, of all places, Milan, which is getting set for a showpiece of winter sport. Riccardo Lorello with a performance that is the second fastest we've ever seen on this track. But there's the fastest. This was a frankly outrageous display from Vladimir Semiruni. He didn't just set the track record, he rather demolished it by about 4 seconds. Vladimir Semiruni, twice a World Championship medalist. Now he is the champion of Europe. 3 out of 3 today for Poland with just one event to go. Let's hear their national anthem again. And there they are, the medalists in the men's 5,000 metres competition. The European Speed Skating Championships in Poland with more Polish success. We are just a few minutes away from the final event of the second of 3 days of these championships. Not exactly tight at the top of the table, is it? 5 gold medals for Poland. They're doing all right. Italy in second, Norway in third. Are the Poles going to make it a clean sweep today? We will find out with one event to go. The women's 1500 metres is the last event of the day. Could the Poles make it 4 out of 4 today? They have got some contenders. Natalia Jabrzyk, she'll go in the 4th pairing, and they will be right at the end as well, with a competitor in the second to last and the last pairing. Natalia Czerwonka and Sophia Braun. The fastest here, Rana Viklen of Norway.
Meters women.
Pair number one in the women's 1500 metres.
Inner lane, representing Czechia,
Lucie Korvasova, 22-year-old from Czechia, 24th at the last World Championships. Marlen Esselunds of Germany.
Ready.
Two 22-year-olds, Lucia Korvasova and Marlen Esselunds. Women's 1500 metres, the track record 1 minute 56 seconds by Takagi Miho in 2021. Esselunds a second plus ahead of Korvasova. Esselunds with a stronger personal best by over 3 seconds. 1 minute 56.23, set in February of last year in Milwaukee. So just about a year ago. Two laps remaining. And she's now close to a couple of seconds ahead. Esselunds, the athlete from Berlin, whose idol growing up has been Claudia Pechstein, the 5-time Olympic champion, including 3 consecutive 5,000 metre titles. There's no doubt about who's going to have the early lead here. Korvasova just fighting to stay within 2 seconds of Esselunds. Marlen Esselunds of Germany is going to be the athlete to beat. What sort of time is she going to produce? Personal best of 1 minute 56.23. She'll be a fair way away from that. Certainly there'll be plenty to go. He'll be very confident of going well beyond this time of 2 minutes 5.38. Lucia Korvasova 2 minutes 7.48. So Marlen Esselunds is the early leader. To Chloe Hogendorn. with Isabel Revelt.
Chloe Huchendul. Outer lane, representing the Netherlands, Isabel Grevelt.
And Isabel Revelt is in the outer lane. So an all Dutch second pairing.
Ready.
This is the second pairing in the women's 1500 metres. Inside, Chloe Hoogendoorn, and outside Isabel Revelt. Hoogendoorn a little younger than Revelt, 21 to 23. Let's see how they're going to be comparing to Esselunds. No surprise that they're well inside that, about a second and a half. Hoogendoorn with a personal best of 1 minute 54.35. That was set last month in Heerenveen. Same time that Revelt produced something close to it, 1 minute 54.97. So about half a second away. But they're well and truly in command of this, and very close to each other as well. Hoogendoorn with the lighter skates. It is the younger of the two competitors who's going to be taking an advantage into the bell. 6.54 seconds quicker than Malen Esselunds. This is going to completely transform the lay of the land. Really very comfortably. Lots of junior national titles for Chloe Hoogendoorn. Can she get senior European Championship honours? How close can she get to the personal best? Approaching the line, Chloe Hoogendoorn. She'll be a little bit outside of it, but that's very good. 1 minute 57.64. And 159.2 for Isabel Revelt. So into the lead very comfortably is a very pleased looking Chloe Hoogendoorn, the 21-year-old from Verbrugge in the south of, or rather in the South Holland province, I should say. Dutch 1 and 2 with Esselunds in third place. Now to Aurora Grinden-Lovos, 20-year-old from Oslo, from a skating family. And Abigail Mertz from Hungary,
Go to the start.
22, a little older than Lovos.
Ready.
On the inside we have Aurora Grinden-Lovos of Norway, from the beautiful city of Oslo. And on the left of your screen, Abigail Mertz of Szombathely, a lovely market town in Hungary, but she lives in Salt Lake City. Started in roller skating at the age of 6, the Hungarian, but moved to the ice in 2017. And 6 years later went to Salt Lake City to train at the Utah Olympic Oval. So it is Aurora Grinden-Lovos who is the quicker of the two at the moment, second and a quarter behind the lead. Started at such a young age because, frankly, it was impossible not to with the skating background of the family. Mertz, we would expect to be a little off the pace here. Her personal best just outside of 2 minutes, compared to Aurora Green-Lervos, 1 minute 55.52. So this might be a little bit of a mismatch. Aurora Green-Lervos about 3 seconds behind that time of Hågendahl. Certainly she'll be looking for the top 3 based on this kind of time as things currently stand. So by some distance, Aurora Green-Lervos, and she does indeed go into third place, 2 minutes 0.27, and just about 12 seconds away from the leading time, Abigail Mertz. Mertz about 10 seconds away from her personal best. So still the Dutch athletes 1 and 2. They're the only 2 so far of the 6 who've actually gone inside the 2-minute mark. As we look back at the performance of Aurora Green-Lervos. Now we go to the 4th pair, Natalia Jabryk and Emily Torman.
Representing Poland, Natalia Jabryk. Outer lane, representing Italy, Emily Torman.
Natalia Jabryk and Emily Torman of Poland and Italy, respectively, 23 and 20.
Ready.
On the inside, Poland's own Natalia Jabryk. She's been a champion in the World Student competition at this distance. The 23-year-old, she was 6th in this portion of the all-around at the European Championships last year. Alongside her, Emily Torman in the blue of Italy, 3 years younger at 20, from Pieve di Cadore in the Dolomites in Veneto, 5th at the World Junior Championships last year. Silver in the 3000 in double the distance. Leading the way, Chloe Hågendahl, 1 minute 57.649. So at 700 metres, certainly a fair old gap of about 2¼ seconds for the pair of them. For Torman, she would just get into third place. Still, there are 3 more pairs to go. Correction to that, 4 more to go, excuse me. To the bell, and it's better now from Jabryk. She's potentially on course to get into the top 3. Let's see if she can really push in this last lap. Poland's own Natalia Jabryk. The Poles going for a clean sweep of gold medals today, and they might do it. They've got 3 athletes in this particular race, as Emily Torman is trying to make her move. It's going to be an interesting finish, this, and quite a tight one. A very tight one. It looks like it's just going to be Jabryk, and indeed it is. So she's into 4th position. 2 minutes 0.93. for Emily Torman, just outside of that. But no change to the top three. 300s separating these competitors. And there's confirmation that it was just about Jabzik. Mike Veen and Isabel Kraus.
Inner lane, representing the Netherlands, Mike Veen.
21-year-old young skater who we've seen out in World Cup competition. And even younger at 20, Isabel Kraus, who's also been out there in the World Cups.
Ready.
If this goes according to the personal bests, then Veen might be a fair way ahead of Isabel Kraus, but it's something you never quite know with young athletes, because they can so quickly change their personal best and so quickly demonstrate improvement. On the inside it is Mike Veen from Vestele in Groningen province. 1 minute 55.67 set in Heerenveen at the end of last season, or end of last year I should say. It's not a million miles away from Chloe Hoogendoorn. Wonder if the Dutch could potentially here find themselves at 1, 2 and 3 with 3 pairings to come. Mike Veen is currently the 3rd best at this stage. Isabel Kraus, 7th position, just over 2.5 seconds away from the lead of Chloe Hoogendoorn, with Isabel Revelt in 2nd and Aurora Grinen-Löwes in 3rd. But the Norwegians' position might be a touch on the vulnerable side now. The next pairing is going to be very interesting, because we have Rana Viklen of Norway, who won the 3,000 metres gold yesterday. Now Mike Veen right up there, potential of finishing in 2nd place. Really good display by these young Dutch athletes. Coming up to the line, Mike Veen of the Netherlands, and she is going to get actually very close to Chloe Hoogendoorn. That's a really good finish. 1 minute 57.84. Isabel Kraus is in 7th place, 2 minutes 2.915. So now is a Dutch 1, 2 and 3, Hoogendoorn, Veen and Revelt. And that means that 1 minute 59.2 is what holds bronze. And there's a gap of just over 1.5 seconds between 1st and 3rd. Are we going to see a change to the Dutch domination here, courtesy of Rana Viklen? The 25-year-old from Oslo. From Czechia, Nikola Strahalova.
Ready.
Could this shake things up? 2 very fast athletes here. Rana Viklen, 3,000 metre gold medalist yesterday, the first Norwegian woman to become European champion. What an accomplishment, what history made in Tomaszow Mazowiecki. in Poland at the Ice Arena. Let's have a look at the first indication of how they're going. It's close. Zdrahalova of Czechia, national record set in Calgary in November of 1 minute 52.86. She's really improved upon her personal best. She's fascinating, Zdrahalova, the 29-year-old. Fifth at the last World Championships. Started the sport quite late at the age of 15. Was a road cyclist and a junior ice hockey player before. She is very close at the moment, with Wiklund 3/4 of a second away from the lead. Zdrahalova is very much within touching distance. Twice she's competed at the Olympic Winter Games, the athlete from Bohemia. Now we see the move from Rana Wiklund. And we get to the bell. What are the times going to be like? It's really close. This is going to be fascinating. Here we go, final lap. 0.2, 0.3, Wiklund, Zdrahalova. They are putting pressure on the Dutch trio at the top. Can they go ahead of Chloe Hoogendoorn? 1 minute 57.649 is the leading time set by the Dutch youngster. Here we go to the finish. It is going to be Wiklund, and the time is good enough for the lead. Zdrahalova is in second position, and that's very close to a track record from the pair of them. So Rana Wiklund goes into the gold medal position, just a couple of tenths away from Takagi Miho's track record from 2021. Nikola Zdrahalova into second place. 0.29 behind Rana Wiklund. Well, I did venture that this would be a very interesting pairing and could change things. It really has changed things. We had 3 Dutch athletes at the top of the leaderboard, and now we've just got 1 in bronze. 2 poles to come over the last 2 races. Well, here's one of the greats. What an honour to be in the company of Francesca Lollobrigida, the 34-year-old from Rome. Natalia Czerwonka of Poland, a real veteran. 37, 3 years older than Lollobrigida. We've got 2 Olympic Winter Games medalists here.
Ready.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The penultimate of the pairings, and 2 veterans as the crowd roars. Natalia Czerwonka of Poland, and behind her there we look at Francesca Lollobrigida of Italy. Czerwonka, silver medalist at the Sochi Games of 2014. Lollobrigida in Beijing, the 3,000-metre silver medalist and the mass start bronze medalist. She's also the reigning 5,000-metre champion of the world. They're both around about half a second shy of Rana Wiklund at the moment. Wiklund really has done superbly. Could it be 2 gold medals in 24 hours for the Norwegian? Now, what are the split times going to look like here? Yes, they're a fair way off the pace. 1.5 seconds for Lollobrigida, close to 1 second for Czerwonka. Wiklund has made it very difficult for anyone else to take the lead. Only 2 are going to have a chance after this. If Wiklund stays in the lead at the end of this one, and it looks as though she's going to, then she will be on the podium once more. Francesca Lollobrigida and Natalia Czerwonka of Italy and Poland. Two hugely decorated competitors giving it all they have in the penultimate pairing of the women's 1500 metres at the European Speed Skating Championships. And a great finish this from Natalia Czerwonka of Poland. And she comes in 5th place, so not quite for Czerwonka. 7th position for Lollobrigida with 2 to go. And that means that Rane Wiklund is on the podium. But the respect that these two women command is enormous. Czerwonka, like so many of the Polish speed skaters from Lubin in the southwest of the country, with so many clubs, and she's actually founded an academy in her hometown. She's poised to compete at her 5th Olympic Winter Games in Milano Cortina. Now to the last pairing. It's Belgium and Poland, and we have the youngest competitor in the entire race. But first of all, we have Isabel van Elst, a 27-year-old from Belgium, and here's the 18-year-old from Warsaw, Sophia Braun, 12th at the Winter Youth Olympic Games in 2024.
Ready.
With these two athletes, the only two who can change at the podium, let's remind ourselves of the lay of the land. Rane Wiklund leads, Nikola Zdrahalova is second, and Chloe Hoogendoorn is third. 1 minute 57.649 is the gatekeeping time for bronze. If you get around 1 minute 56, you are going to be challenging for silver or gold, and Van Elst has started well. She does have a personal best to challenge for the title. 1 minute 54 seconds in November. She set that in Calgary, but just as I was saying that, she's gone to ground. My goodness me. Well, that is extraordinary drama in this final pairing, as now Sophia Braun of Poland has the full attention of the crowd. Though frankly, she had it anyway. But she is about 1 3/4 seconds away from the lead with just a couple of laps to go. That may have made things safe for Rane Wiklund. The Norwegian could be about to win 2 gold medals in 2 days. Poor Isabel van Elst, who'd made such a compelling start as well. Sophia Braun roared on by the home crowd. This the last lap, but she's 3 seconds away from the lead. She's currently in around 10th position, but she's still really developing, and she's got a great future, the teenager from Warsaw. We're going to see, one imagines, a fair amount more of her. Interesting to see how close she gets to her personal best of 1 minute 56.61 seconds. Very promising from Sophia Braun, but she'll be outside of 2 minutes and down in 11th place, close to 5 seconds away from the lead. It means that Rane Wiklund of Norway is the European champion again. 3,000 metres yesterday and 1,500 metres today, as a rather dejected looking Isabel van Elst is left to contemplate what might have been, because she'd started so strongly. Such drama in the very final moments of this women's 1500. The classified results in the women's 1500 metres at the European Speed Skating Championships. The bronze medal to Chloe Hoogendoorn of the Netherlands, silver to Nikola Zdrahalova of Czechia, And Norway's Rana Viklund wins yet another gold medal, 2 in 2 days. Yesterday, she became the first Norwegian woman to become European champion. She can't get enough of it now.
Ta uroczystość się odbędzie. Oczywiście cały czas od dnia wczorajszego towarzyszy nam firma Green Beam Design. Odpowiedzialna
We'll bring you in just a moment the victory ceremony to close out our coverage. And of course, everyone wants to speak to her. The Oslo-born skater who's had such an amazing championships of Europe. Let's have a look back.
Jutro spotykamy się tutaj o godzinie 13:45. Ostatni dzień mistrzostw. I przypominamy oczywiście i zapraszamy. Jeszcze chwila przerwy i za godzinę już na Placu Kościuszki impreza specjalnie dla Was przez władze miasta i organizatorów Mistrzostw Europy przygotowana. Tam na pewno będzie wiele ciekawych rzeczy, tak więc zapraszamy gorąco. A w Tomaszowskiej arenie ostatnia ceremonia dekoracji drugiego dnia Mistrzostw Europy w łyżwiarstwie szybkim na dystansach. Tysiąc 500 metrów to oczywiście ta konkurencja, którą Państwo uzyskiwaliście. Jeśli chodzi o rezultaty naszych reprezentantów, to już też pewnie wszyscy wiemy. 5. miejsce zajęła dziś Natalia Czerwonka. Na miejscu 9. organizację Natalia Jach. I na 11. pozycji Zofia Braun. 16 zawodniczek. Proszę Państwa, gorąco zapraszamy do tej naszej dziś ceremonii dekoracji, która zakończy naprawdę te fantastyczne dla Polski Mistrzostwa Europy, ale również mamy innych bohaterów, innych medalistów, także im również wypada pogratulować.
We have just the victory ceremony to come in the women's 1500 metres competition. Do please stay with us to enjoy it. It will be the last order of business today. There's still one more day of competition to come. Tomorrow at around about lunchtime at 1:45 local time in Poland, it will be the women's team pursuit. Then the men's 1500 metres will follow. The women's 1000 metres will be after that. The men's 500 metres will be after that, and we will finish with the women's and men's mass start competition. So lots to enjoy tomorrow on the final day of the Championships of Europe in the great sport of speed skating. The moment where you see yourself on the big screen. It's now time for the victory ceremony for the women's 1500 metres competition at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the victory ceremony for 2026 ISU Speed Skating European Championships 1500 meters women. Bronze medalist representing the Netherlands, Chloe Hoogender.
The winner of the bronze medal is Chloe Hoogender of the Netherlands. The 21-year-old, for the first time, finding herself on the senior European Championship podium today.
Chloe Hoogender, silver medalist representing Czechia.
Huge congratulations to the young athlete. What a great display from Lucia Tomaszow of Czechia.
ISU representative Mr. Albert Hazard and the president of Polish Speed Skating Association, Mr. Rafał Tatarczyk.
Nikola Zdrahalova, the silver medalist. A fantastic performance from the 29-year-old. The national record holder, 5th at the last World Championships. Nikola Zdrahalova of Czechia is the silver medalist.
European champion, 1500 meter women. Representing Norway,
It was such an engrossing 7th pairing. Nikola Zdrahalova and Rana Viklund paired together. They brought the best out of each other. Both of them going ahead of the then leader Chloe Hogendoorn, but it was the Norwegian, the 25-year-old, who was victorious, winning her 2nd gold medal in 24 hours. Huge congratulations to Rana Viklund, 2-time champion of Europe. That added to her multiple honours, including gold medals at the Championships of the World.
Congratulations to the 2026 ISU Speed Skating European Champion and the medalist.
And there they are, the medalists in the women's 1500 metres competition at the ISU European Speed Skating Championships of 2026. The bronze medal to Chloe Hogendoorn, silver to Nikola Zdrahalova, and gold to Rana Viklund, the Norwegian, making history once again. As the medalists depart, so do we. It's been great having your company for all of the action today. And do please join us tomorrow for the last day of competition. Everything gets underway at 1:45 local time in Poland. 6 medal events to come, so don't miss a moment of it. But that's all for today, with one day still to come from Tomaszow Mazowiecki in Poland. It's goodbye, but not farewell.